So when you hit your next level of your health journey, you communicate about it. So previously, if you've ever watched any of my videos, Dr. Jason Dean, Palmer Natural Health, Revolution Network, what happens is you talk about it. So previously, I told you, many of you, that I had a lot of cardiovascular issues early on in my life. And so with nutrition response testing, muscle testing, nutrition, chiropractic, I had handled a lot of that. Heart was doing great, etc. And then this past weekend, we went to another seminar with Cellcore Biosciences, and it's literally practice changing. So 10 years ago, our life was changed through a seminar, through nutrition, and then last weekend, it was changed all over again. And so previously, I had been studying things like glyphosate, vaccines, chemicals in the water, chemicals in the air, different diseases, etc., because we see people every day with that. But I will tell you, not only are we trying to help other people, but we also have our own health journey. So I'm constantly working on that, constantly changing my diet to make it better, constantly taking supplementation. So I take supplements every single day. Very often we get patients who say things like, well, I don't want to take a lot of supplements. I've been taking supplements for 10 plus years and continuously working to make them better and better supplements. And then it all changed again. So previously, we had probably about 5 or 6 lines of supplements which we have to help people, whether it's homeopathic, whole food, herbal, etc. I have literally narrowed it down now to, I'm using basically 3 brands. Now I have other ones that help people and I still do use them, but these are my go-to now. Why? So I kind of forgot that I played competitive golf for 7 years in high school and then at the college level. And one of the things I forgot about was, guess what gets sprayed with glyphosate, insecticides, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, etc.? Golf course. I also played football a little bit in high school. I played baseball. I was around this stuff all the time and I didn't even realize it because glyphosate came out in the mid-70s. And so what was fascinating was, over a period of time, if you watch any of my videos before, every once in a while, I would have a little bit of a cough come in and out. Now, it usually got worse if I was either stressed or if I was traveling a lot. It would actually come up and the cough would be there. And I just kind of thought, okay, no big deal. It would come and go, come and go. I kind of just put it out of my consciousness. Now, when we went this weekend, we learned more about how much these chemical toxins are holding us down. I actually started a Cellcore protocol detox about a month ago or so, where I started the very first phase of it, biotoxin binder. This is just one of the products, HMET. So there's a whole bunch of products. I'm not going to go into all those now. I'll tell you on the videos coming up about those different ones. But what was interesting was I started taking this. And I also started taking some ATP supplement from Cellcore. And then I'm also on systemic formulas. I'm taking them as well. And I'm also on Stainer Process, okay? Those basic ones. Why? Because they're the best on the market, right? So Cellcore, we're actually dealing at a quantum level, but back in the soil, in the dirt. Same thing, we have systemic, which actually resonates to different organs' frequencies. It's herbal. And then we have Standard Process, which is whole food supplement, which I go back to every single day, because ultimately at the end of the day, these products go back to our soil. And so what I noticed as I was taking these was I started coughing even more. I was like, oh, what's going on? I thought I was sick. I thought I had something going on. And actually, not to be gross, but I started coughing very productive coughs. And stuff started coming out. So I spit, right? And it was interesting because my grandfather growing up, I remember him constantly like hacking in the morning, right? And when he hacked, he would spit stuff out. Now, I don't know what was in that because I never saw it. But with mine, I noticed a lot of green stuff coming out. And it was only after I started taking the binders from Cellcore and I started putting other whole food supplements in for the lungs and things like that. What actually happened was about a couple days ago, I got retested muscle testing, and we found out that I had some Lyme exposure and I had glyphosate. So the glyphosate was everywhere. Now keep in mind, I grew up on some farms. I grew up in the country up in New York and Pennsylvania, so it was all over the place. I just didn't know about it. I ate really terrible from the time I was about 16 years old until I was about maybe 30, somewhere in there. And a lot of grains, which have the chemical all over them, a lot of sugar, a lot of sweets, things like that. So even now I'm a little coughing, but the cough is becoming better actually, and it's bringing stuff up. But over that time, I've been soaking all of this stuff in, and now that we actually went on to this and we're using the test kit. So before, we weren't testing glyphosate effectively. We thought we were, but we weren't, because this stuff is going everywhere. It's all over the planet. I put out a post the other day how much this is basically encompassing and spreading not only through America, but the actual globe. That's how much it travels in the air. And so I tested for that. I tested very low on the Lyme spectrum, meaning I don't have full-blown Lyme disease. I know there's a lot of people out there who can't get out of bed in the morning and they're really, really debilitated by it. So I'm not at that level, but there's traces of it in there. Keep in mind, I live in Florida now, right? I live in Florida the last, I think, 13 years, something like that, right? Now, there's mosquitoes all over the place. It is not just carried via tick anymore. It's carried via other insects. You get bit, they bring it with you. They also bring parasites with you. So in Florida, it's very humid. There's a lot of it around here. Plus, there's golf courses and pretty grass everywhere here. So they're constantly spraying everything with these same pesticides, chemicals, glyphosate, etc. So I wanted to share that with you, because if you have something like that, we can help you, right? We have all this stuff. We can both help you if you're local. Obviously, we'll get in here, we'll do the muscle testing that we do. We find exactly where it's at in the body, and we remove it out using these lines of products. We use these products. I'm not just a product person. We use these because they're tried, they're true, they're fantastic. We use Cellcore now. It's our first line of detoxification. Not because I want to bypass your body to detox. I want your body to start opening the drainage systems on its own, and these products do that. So I want to share my story with you, not because I'm just fixing people all day. I'm also, and all the practitioners here are actively working on fixing ourselves. And so this is my next line in my health journey, is now that I have some organs working well, I am pulling all this toxic gook, I guess you could say, out of my body, getting rid of it and going to the next level of my health journey. And I want to help as many people as humanly possible. So whether it's on my feed here or it's on the Facebook business page, either way, let me know what you're battling, what you've noticed, if you think there's something else going on there, and we will help you as much as humanly possible. And I will keep bringing you what's going on in my health journey so that I can help as many people possible, and it will connect with you if maybe what you have going on. So Dr. Jason Dean, Palmer Natural